It is Friday, February 28th, on what should be the last day of February, but it's not because it's leap year. Tomorrow is leap day. If y'all watch Stephanie over at Holy Crap I'm Fat, tomorrow is her birthday, so send her some birthday love. Her channel is Holy Crap I'm Fat. Let her know that I sent you. Now, I want to talk to you guys today, not so much about my food. I'm going to put that up in another vlog today, but I'm going to talk to you about how WW and YouTube really saved my life. You're probably thinking, oh, no. Well, let me tell you, some of you are new to my channel, so you don't know what has gone on in my life up to this point. On January 1st, 2016, I was addicted to Coca-Cola, the soda. I was drinking at least a 2-liter bottle a day. I was taking 4 blood pressure pills every day. And sometimes that wouldn't take my blood pressure down. I've been to the hospital multiple times to get injections to bring my blood pressure down. My husband was sick. He had been battling cancer since 2000. And most of my kids were grown. I still had a couple kids living at home. But January 1st, 2016, I decided to go back to Weight Watchers. I was not a stranger to Weight Watchers. I'd been a member many times before. But on that morning, when I got up on New Year's Day, something in my brain just clicked and said, I'm going to die if I don't get my weight under control. I had been told multiple times by my doctors I needed to lose weight or my blood pressure was not going to get any better. And it was going to start affecting other things like my kidneys and cause other problems that obesity can cause. I knew that I needed to be around for my kids if anything happened to my husband. So I started losing weight with Weight Watchers. Now, I followed a similar pattern of I was really good for 2 or 3 months, and then, I slipped up a little bit, and I slipped up a little bit more. Pretty soon I stopped going to meetings altogether because I was slipping up. And in 2016, I might have lost 20 pounds, which, isn't bad. It could have been better. But most of that was in that first 3 months that I had started. I just lost my motivation. I started losing weight again toward the end of 2016. My youngest son was a senior in high school. Started going to his football games, and I tried to start losing weight then too. But my husband kept getting sicker, and we decided to do a little bit of traveling because we knew his time was getting shorter. So of course we were going out to eat, and I was gaining weight. I wasn't counting points or anything. I think while he was alive I lost a total of 50 pounds, but then I was gaining it back. November of 2017 rolls around, and I had been doing pretty good. I had been at like the 50-pound mark for a while. November 3rd, 2017, my husband died unexpectedly. Now, yes, he was sick, but the day that he died and the way that he died was totally unexpected. So he died 3 days after his 67th birthday, about a month after our 30th wedding anniversary. So for the first week or so after he died, I couldn't eat. I was just so distraught, so upset, and to tell you the truth, I was scared. I was, scared about my future. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. Certainly couldn't foresee what did happen. Eventually, I found food again, and I started to gain weight. So, shortly after Christmas, I flew out to Oklahoma and visited my son there, and then I went to Idaho and spent about 3 months up in Idaho. And of course, when I was with my daughter, we went out to eat a lot. Boy, this road is really drifted. We went out to eat a lot, and I gained weight, you know. When I came back, I think my total weight loss was maybe 30 pounds. So, came back beginning of March, and I thought, okay, I got to get this under control. This was of 2018 now. I got to get this under control. I started doing really well, started losing weight again. And on April 10th, 2018, my second oldest son, who was the closest to his dad of all the kids, took his life. It shook me to the core. It still has me shaken. There are days when I just sob because I cannot believe my son is gone. I turned away from food. I couldn't, again, after he died, I couldn't eat, you know, and then I found food again, and I turned to food for comfort, and I started gaining weight a little bit, and then the real crap hit the fan, because that's when I lost everything. About a month after he died, I lost my house. We were living in a condo that was my son's condo, so we had to move out of there. It wasn't in our name, or my name. The car I was driving belonged to my son. I had to give that car back. The trucks that we were driving that we thought were paid for weren't, so they were all repossessed. I essentially lost everything. And I started to turn to food again. It was a really bad time of my life. Not knowing where I was going to end up. I went to Oklahoma to stay with my son out there for a couple weeks, and then my daughter from Idaho flew down, and we drove up to Idaho, where I was with her for that was in June of 2018, and I stayed up with her again till the end of September, and I came home for a couple months. I wanted to start looking for a place to live here, and while I was home, I reconnected with an old friend who assured me everything was going to be okay, and he just kind of held my hand through my grieving process, and still does from time to time. But from that moment on, I realized I needed to get my life under control, and losing weight was a big part of that, and sharing my journey on YouTube was also a big part of that. I needed a support group that I didn't have. I was still looking for a place to live, by the way. Well, last February, I went back out to Idaho. I wanted to get my stuff and bring it back. I wasn't quite sure how long I was going to be out there. I ended up being up there till the end of May. But while I was there is when I really became focused on getting my weight under control. We still went out to eat, sometimes too many times in a week. So my weight loss progress was slow. But I gotta tell you, that's when my YouTube channel really kicked in, and I was more diligent about being on here every day. And I've made a good number of friends through the YouTube community who are encouraging and understand the struggle of losing weight. Meanwhile, I'm still going through this financial battle that I was left with because, you know, when you lose everything, everybody comes after you for everything, you know. I committed to sharing everything, my whole journey on YouTube. And there are days I'm successful on this weight loss journey, and there's days that I'm not. Right now I'm in a good place. I mean, I've lost 91 point something pounds, 91.3 as of yesterday. But I couldn't have done it without the support of my friends back here, you know, that, you know, special friend that I reconnected with over a year ago, and my YouTube community. I couldn't have done it by myself. It truly does take a village. There are days when I obsess over food. There are days when I obsess over finances. And there are days when I still turn to food for comfort. I'm really trying to watch that. Some days I'm successful and some days I'm not. Trying to keep my eye on the overall end game here, which there really is no end game because I've had a battle with weight my entire life. When I remember when I was in the 8th grade, I wanted to be a majorette. Well, that, and there was a certain guy that I wanted. And I knew I had to lose weight in order to be attractive enough to do both. So I went on an extreme diet in January of my 8th grade year. I don't know how much I weighed, but I lost a ton of weight. I was able to make majorette, and I got the guy. And remember the guy that I told you about, this friend of mine that I haven't seen in over 30 years that's coming up for the union? That's him. But anyway, I had to change my mindset. I mean, all through high school I struggled with weight. You know, I went on that extreme grapefruit and eggs diet. Don't ever do it. And Diet Right Cola. That's all I ate. Except for on Sundays. My mom would make fried chicken, and I always ate dinner on Sundays that she made. But no more extreme dieting. I'm doing everything in a balance. That's how Weight Watchers has helped me change my opinion of food. Because, you know, I've heard so many things. So carbs are bad, sugar is bad, this is bad, that's bad. There's nothing bad unless you do it in excess. That's what Weight Watchers has taught me. Weight Watchers has also taught me accountability. The YouTube community has done that too. You know, if I am offline for a couple days, I get messages from my subscribers. Where you been? Everything okay? You still on plan? And I need that in my life. When I say that Weight Watchers and the YouTube community has saved my life, they have. Because without Weight Watchers, I'd still be taking tons of medicine for my blood pressure. I'm sorry, I didn't see that guy. Tons of medicine. And I didn't exercise at all. I didn't even walk before. I couldn't. I got winded going from one room to the next. So, you know, Weight Watchers has changed my point of view on that. That, you know, again, I don't have to go into a gym. I don't like gyms. I never have. I feel very, very self-conscious in gyms. But it's changed my attitude about walking is not bad. And now I enjoy walking, and I'm planning a big hike this summer. And who knows, maybe one day I'll feel that way about the gym, but I'm thinking no. And then the YouTube community is, I mean, there's so much good information out there. Meal ideas, you know, ways to change up your recipes that you love from before you started watching your weight or watching what you put into your body. that you can, change around. Seriously, when I'm in a downward slump, I get on the YouTube and I binge watch YouTube videos, even if I've seen them again. So, YouTube has helped me get my finances under control. I would have never found Dave Ramsey or the Budget Mom or other people that are good examples of how to control your finances, because my husband took care of it all, So, thank you, YouTube community. You saved my life. You've inspired me to be better. And I'm hoping that through my channel, I can inspire someone else to be better in whatever challenge they're facing. I like to say that if I can survive everything I've been through the last 2.5 years, then you can survive what it is you're going through. Now, I know everybody's journey is different. Everybody's life story is different. Mine was filled with tragedy. And it took me a long time, and it's still a long process. I am not done grieving. Okay, I don't know if I can get into there or not. I'm going to go up here. I'm at the bank. To get some money out of the bank and get my envelopes filled and go home and do stuff. I have today off, so it's colder outside than I thought it was going to be. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you, this is kind of my life story. Things unexpectedly happen in our lives, and it throws us for a loop. And a lot of times we turn to food. I've done it. We've all done it. So I keep reading this thing that says grief comes in waves. And it's true. My grieving is never going to be over. There is a hole in my heart that's so huge, I don't think it's ever going to be healed. I was talking to my friend yesterday about, maybe starting to date again. And right now, I can't. Maybe if it was the right person at the right time. But right now, my heart is still so broken. I can't imagine spending time with anybody else but Joe. And every time my kids are all together, there's still a huge emptiness because one of my kids is not here. And he should be. If he would have just have called somebody that morning, I think it would be different. If he would have just, and I talked to him the day before, never gave me an inclination anything was wrong. Matter of fact, our last conversation ended pretty abruptly. He just said, well, bye. And I tried calling him back and he didn't answer. But that was the evening before. So he chose a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Not to say there wouldn't have been consequences for what he was involved in. There would have been, but not to the extent he thought there would have been. So, and then after he died, that's when I truly found out the enormity of what he and my husband were into with financially. And it just was mind-boggling. It still is mind-boggling to me. This morning when I was filling out, or trying to retrieve some information for this bankruptcy filing, I'm thinking, this is small potatoes compared to the millions that my husband and my son had gotten themselves into. I don't know if I'll ever really be able to express what has happened. I've been trying to write it down, but my mind is still so jumbled about everything. It's hard for me to get my thoughts in order, to make sense of anything. And how long it was going on without me knowing about it. I was just kind of in my own little world, I guess, and living my own little life. I had no idea what they were into. So Weight Watchers has helped turn my health around and has made me want to be healthier and just a better version of me. And YouTube has given me the support system that I so desperately needed. It's given me the friendship that I desperately need in my life. You know, I go to work now. You know, I didn't start working till October. And even that decision came back to bite me in the butt. So, I'm only working part-time now. But, I still don't have that circle of friends that I had once upon a time when I was working, you know, and when I was teaching. But YouTube has given me a support system that I need in my life, and an accountability that I need in my life. So I just wanted to share a little bit of my story with you, and I don't know if I made any sense or not, but I know I have a lot of new subscribers that might not know my backstory. If any of you listen to Fat Dag, Mike Daggett, he's going to be sharing my story on his podcast. I'll let you know when that's going to happen. I text him my weight loss every week, and we were talking last night, and he asked me if I would send him a full story email and have him share it on the podcast. So I agreed to do that. But I wanted you guys to know first, you know, kind of what was going on. And I guess that's all for now. I will be back with a second video today to show you what I've eaten today. My weight was up by 1 pound today. I don't know why. I mean, I ate well yesterday. So, I don't know why. It must have just been something that I ate. Maybe we had more sodium in it. It seems like every time I eat beans, and I had beans for dinner last night, every time I eat beans, my weight kind of goes up. And also, you need to know, I weigh myself every day. And I understand those fluctuations. I'm not bummed out about this weight gain today. You know, it's just my body fluctuates. I'll have a good loss, and then I'll gain weight for a couple days, and I'll come right back off. So, it's just how my body cycle works. And that's why a lot of people don't weigh themselves every day, is because they get too stressed out about small weight gains. I keep mine in a spreadsheet so I can see the pattern. I'll probably have a gain tomorrow, because it seems like I'll have a loss, then I'll gain weight for 2 or 3 days, and then I'll have 3 or 4 days of a loss. It's just how my body works. It took me a while to wrap my head around that, because at the beginning when I started doing it, I did kind of get bummed out. But now it's like, well, it's just, I eat those beans and... Okay, well, this video is, you know, almost 25 minutes long, so I'm going to let you go. I'll see you later in my daily vlog with what I ate today.